What's good? It's your boy DJ Grateful out here in the building. Head to the Jizzab. Got some things to do, some money to make. Welcome to another Mansuit Monday with your boy DJ Grateful. I'm out here in the building. In the vehicle, as per usual, that y'all normally see on a Mansuit Monday. I don't have a typical suit on today. Because at my job, I can wear a hat today, and I decided to wear my hat, and I don't want to put on that particular hat in front of y'all today for a particular reason, and I ain't finna do it. And you can't make me. How's everybody doing out there? Shouts out to all the fellas following the channel. Pay attention to the content. I'm here to motivate, inspire, and lift you up. I'll make sure I lift you all the way up on today. Hope everybody's doing fantastic. Gonna have a fantastic, blessed, wonderful day. Though I did not dress up today, I still want the theme of Mansuit Monday to still be the suit theme. I look, and I get it that I do look hypocritical on today. We're doing that. I get it. But I still want to hold on to the standard. I still got a clean fit on. I just wanted to fit the theme of the day to really match the hat that I got on. I kind of built the fit around the hat. And so that's what I wanted to do on today. So Mansuit Monday is about building the community of high class, or not necessarily high class, but high character men who want to operate with godly standard, Christian standard. That is what this is all about. And just men who even want to operate at a good standard that's respectable. And you may have to be the first one in your family to do so, whether it be your immediate family or whoever, or maybe even in your friend group. Maybe it's been on your heart to just do the right thing and live a little bit differently. And you might have a circle of friends, they want to be on that ratchet stuff and they want to wild out. I get it. But perhaps you called to do something different, to set the standard. And what'll end up happening is either somebody in the group gonna want to, do that thing with you, or they'll fall off. The classic, when it's time to do better and when you feel like doing better, either some people are either gonna follow suit with that or they not. And if they don't, it's all good. You don't have to be like everybody else. So when it's in your heart to go ahead and do something different, try to step out of faith and do something different. We're gonna do that thing now. So first of all, shout out to all the men who want to live with a higher standard. Shout out to all the men who don't want to just be like everybody else. Like that old school mentality of just trying to operate like you have high value, like you have high class. And being high class doesn't necessarily mean that you operating like you're better than everybody else. That's not the move, and that's not what I'm trying to say here. It's not about placing yourself in a position to be better than everybody else. It's not about that. It's about realizing that you have value to bring to the table. And once you realize you might stick out like a sore thumb and you're ready to make that move and say, you know what, it's time to do something a little different, just step out and do it. And I believe you can, and I believe you will. So shouts out to all the fellas right now. I got a buddy who had talked about this group for men. And so this will really be where it starts. So when I started this Mansuit Monday, I started this at an old job. I was working at this call center, and we had the opportunity, or we had the choice of whether we wanted to dress up or not. And I decided that I wanted to do something different and go ahead and dress up. And I could have been casual like everybody else, but I said, how about we start wearing suits or suits alternative in the workplace? I just wanted to experiment right quick and see what would happen. And what ended up happening was I realized that when I came to work looking good, feeling good, that it affected the way I treated other people, and it affected the way that I treated my customers on the phone. When I mean by affected the way I treated them, I mean in a better way. So I was more confident on the phone. I was more confident with my customers, more confident even with the people that I was dealing with in the workplace. And I felt like I had something. I said, you know what? What if I can talk to some of the other men within this workplace and see if they would be willing to dress up and see what happens, see if they feel the same way. So I talked to a couple other men within the workplace, and they agreed. They said, let's try this out. And then they realized themselves how they felt in the workplace. And I said, you know what, this can be a thing. And so that's why I started this Mansuit Monday thing in the first place. It started with that, and then decided to get on the internet and make sure I just motivate and inspire men as well. And then with the group of people that I get a chance to kind of mentor or teach, I guess you could say, that they're in agreement with this movement. So that's what this is all about. So I just want to kind of give y'all the background on what this is all about. So I got several just conversations. You can go back on my YouTube. I'm calling this technically season 5, coming out a little bit stronger and bolder. And so before, I kept it more on the vague level, and this is the part where I let y'all know that when it comes to the inspiration, where the inspiration for all of this came from, it came from Jesus. And so I decided, I said, if I want to operate as a man of faith, if nobody else is willing to live this thing out for real, then I will. And that's what I'm here to do. And some other men that want to live right. This is just drawing all the men that want to live right, that want to be motivated, that want to be inspired and ready to go. So this is one of the things that I was thinking about recently. So it's probably it might come off a little controversial, but it is what it is. I was thinking about the way we treat people, right? So by default, for the most part, when men gather together, you got men of all kinds of different characters, all different personality types. You got masculine men, and some men might be a little bit more on the feminine side, right? And so when you got a masculine man or straight man, and you might be in a conversation with a guy that may not be as masculine as far as his mannerisms and stuff like that, or if you find out this, obviously this is the guy that may end up being a gay man, we treat that fella just like a regular man. We don't treat him feminine. We talk to him like a man. We look that man in his eye and we talk to him like a man, for the most part, from what I've discovered and what I've noticed. That's how I treat men, whether they're effeminate or not. I'm gonna shake a man's hand like he's a man. I'm gonna talk to him like he's a man. But one thing we do that I've noticed, that we don't do the same thing with the women, right? What happens is when a more masculine woman comes in, especially she's a homegirl, sometimes we can kind of tend to treat her like she's one of the boys, but we go a little too far with it. You know what I'm saying? We're not just talking to her like the homegirl. We talking to her like she the homie, like she one of the boys themselves. And we gotta stop doing that, man. We gotta stop doing that. Treat a lady like a lady. Treat a man like a man. Coming from a man's perspective, because that's confusion. If she the homegirl, there's still a way to treat that kind of woman like she the homegirl. But again, there's a difference between treating her like she the homegirl and treating her like she one of the fellas. And so one of the things that I've started being intentional about doing when it comes to conversation, even with those kind of women, they still gonna get a hug like a woman, like a regular feminine woman, or they might get a high five or something like that. But all this dapping up stuff like that, it's like treating her like one of the boys. And I get it, especially if you want to put that woman in the friend zone. I get it, but I feel like we go too far with it sometimes. And so I just think we need to stop doing that. Treat that woman like a woman, treat the fellas like a fellas. The same that same energy we give, that feminine dude, treat that woman like she a woman. Because to me, part of it makes it look like, to me, in my personal opinion, that by doing that, it's like giving her permission to kind of lean into that. And so when we think about how we want to date certain women, we're like, oh, she giving that masculine energy and stuff like that. A part of it could be because of the way we treat them, the way we treat some of these ladies. So if we start treating them like that, then they have to look on the inside and be like, you know what? Maybe I need to look on the inside and realize how I'm acting in this situation. And as men, we got to be the leaders, right? So we got to set the example. So it starts with us. That's why I can't come from a woman's perspective, because women, we really be doing the same thing. I'm not gonna speak too much on that, but when a gay man walks in the room and you got the girls, they treat him just like one of the girls. By the way he act, the way he talking, and they call each other the B word. A lot of women we calling each other the B word and all that stuff. They be doing that with some of the gay guys, and then they be allowing them to call them the B word. Now, with the straight guys, if we call a woman the B word, it's disrespectful. But when the guys come, when the effeminate men come in there and they call her the B word, it's all good. It's all cool. That's a double standard. And I'm not saying that it's okay for us to be calling these women out their name and stuff like that. Definitely not at all. I don't believe we should. I just don't believe that it's okay that we can't, and you allow them. It's a double standard. So my challenge is to the men. Let's change the game. Be willing to say, you know what? Treat a man like a man, treat a woman like a woman. That's really all I'm saying. And so I'm even challenging myself to say, you know what, I'm gonna stop just like dapping up girls and stuff like that and all. The same way I treat any woman, no matter what her, way she act is. Treat a woman like a woman, treat a man like a man. Treat a guy like a guy, and treat a girl like a girl. So I'm challenged to do that, and I'm gonna work on it myself, so that we can be, kind of people to change the game. And just start with one person to say, you know what, let's do something different and see what happens. I had there was a young lady that I worked with. Right, she's a lesbian girl. She was working at my job only for a little bit. She really didn't work that long. Maybe she was there for like a week. And I said, you know what? I'm not gonna treat her like one of the fellas. So when she came in, she had recognized me because I had a conversation with her before. But when I seen her, instead of giving her a normal dap and all that, I gave her a hug, and I could tell she felt awkward. I could tell, because she was expecting me to dap up like one of the homies. I was like, you know what? Let me not do that. Let me see what happens. I could tell she felt awkward. But I said, it's time to make a change. And we still cool. Ain't no big deal. So that's my challenge to the fellas today. That's really all I want to talk about. Let's try that and see what happens. So I appreciate y'all. This is Mansuit Monday. And so I'll definitely see y'all next Monday. I don't know what I'm going to talk about, but this season is really about just challenging men to be better, to operate better, to do better, just operate with a higher standard. And I'm specifically talking to the Christian man, because everybody else gonna do what they do. But for men, they call themselves Christian. Let's just operate at a different standard. Let's operate like we set apart, because we're supposed to be. And that's what that is. So God bless y'all. I'll see y'all the next Monday, or Mansuit Monday. Let's get it.